Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back. Let's talk about a potential matchup between Conor McGregor and Tyron Woodley. So Woodley and McGregor have had little back and forths in the past. I think the idea was the fight was going to take place at 170 pounds if it did go down. Woodley just the other day called out Conor McGregor again, basically told him to step up, in not exactly the same and nicest words. I doubt this fight would happen. It kind of really doesn't make sense. Besides Woodley getting a big payday, which I don't blame him. You put your health and life on the line, you want to be paid well. I got some strong thoughts about this fight on why it shouldn't happen and why the fans really kind of don't care. But nonetheless, here goes the breakdown. So Tyron Woodley is the former welterweight champion. He just lost his belt to Kamaru Usman. He has an MMA record of 19 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw. Tyron's an NCAA Division I wrestler. He has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Dean Thomas. He is a very heavy-handed fighter, devastating knockout power. He's not the most polished on the feet or the most diverse, but his right hand is hell. Woodley kind of follows the Dan Henderson formula. He's difficult to take down, and if you stand with him, he can clobber you with that right hand. He has good submission defense, and part of that is just not being taken down. I believe Woodley has a smart fight IQ. He's a strong competitor. He loves to win. He's super strong for the division. He's a tank at 170. Let's not forget, Woodley's a beast. Conor McGregor is the former featherweight and lightweight champion, former dual active champ, first time ever in the UFC. He has a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under John Kavanagh. He has an MMA record of 21 wins and 4 losses. Conor McGregor is a very talented, dynamic, diverse striker. He has excellent timing, great reflexes, he's technical, he's a great counterpuncher, he knows how to dart in and out and get away from damage. He utilizes kicks, but his bread and butter to me are his hands. Really good hands for MMA. That left hook and straight of his is dynamite. He's a fierce competitor, winner mindset. Contrary to popular belief, Conor McGregor actually has a decent ground game. If you rewatch the first Nate Diaz fight, he actually swept Nate and was controlling him on the ground when he was fresh. In the Max Holloway fight, if I remember correctly, he also controlled Max on the ground. He has solid knowledge of submissions and groundwork. You see him training the ground often, but it's just not really his realm. In the Khabib fight especially, you saw a huge chink in his armor on the ground. He offers no threat off his back. No armbar attempts, no triangle attempts. Khabib controlled him on the ground, controlled his hips, with no threat there to think about. So definitely the ground is a weak point in McGregor's game, especially if he's on his back. So this brings me to the point I made in the beginning of this breakdown. What's really the point of having Conor McGregor fight Tyron Woodley? Because Woodley is a terrible matchup for him. He's a powerful wrestler who can knock you out with vicious ground and pound. I mean, to an extent, it's kind of like fighting Khabib all over again, but with more of a threat of being knocked out. I really don't like this fight for Conor McGregor. I feel like he's too small for 170. He can fight and do well with some guys, like let's say a Diego Sanchez, who's not that big for 170, but some of those guys are monsters, and Tyron Woodley is one of them. He's just too big and strong for him. Can McGregor win this fight? Yeah, of course, he has a shot. He has knockout power, he has great striking, great timing, but he's gonna have to catch Woodley early. And like 8 times out of 10, I just see Tyron Woodley soundly beating Conor McGregor at 170 pounds. It's not out of the realm of possibility he knocks McGregor out. Highly probable he ground and pounds him to stoppage. Yeah, it's an ugly bad fight for McGregor. I really don't see the point of this fight. I don't think it's going to be too competitive. For the people who want to see Conor McGregor beat up, I'm sure it'll be a great fight for you, because most likely he would get really beat up fighting Woodley at 170. But again, Conor's a former world champion, elite fighter. The guy has amazing stand-up. He could win. He definitely could win this fight. But to me, it's kind of like a puncher's chance. I just see Woodley hanging on the feet, biding his time. Eventually, he would clinch up with McGregor or shoot in for a double leg. And that would probably be all she wrote. The whole round, Conor McGregor would be on the ground. He would not be able to get up, and he would just be smashed on. But that's just how I see this fight going down. Some of you may think it'll go down differently. Feel free to drop those opinions in comments. Would love to read why you think McGregor would win this fight. I just don't see it happening. He doesn't have the size or strength to fend off Woodley takedowns, and he doesn't have the skill off his back to get up off the ground or sweep or land a submission on Woodley. So yeah, really bad fight for him. Anyway, thanks for watching the segment, guys, and breakdown. Appreciate the subscriptions, the shares, the likes. Thanks for the support, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.